The other night when the power was out here for quite a while, I had the opportunity to pull this device out. This is a Tekkeon lithium battery, 36 watt hours. This is from about, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago I bought this, and the new ones now are much nicer, but this still has some utility to it, and I want to talk about it for a minute and then show an example of its use. This can charge or just power various devices, and it does that with this cord here, which plugs in here. And then you can pick your tip from a selection of 8 different tips to fit whatever device you're looking for. The new ones come with a USB port here, because one thing this cannot do is power any of your USB devices that are so popular these days, or your cell phones or your tablets or anything like that. Pretty much just anything with a DC port. Plus, this one can only go up to 14 volts, whereas the new ones can go up to 19 volts, because this one will not power any of my laptops, which are 19 volts. The new ones are better in that respect too. This little piece of paper I taped here, this has 36 watt hours, and it's 2.88, I think ELC means equivalent lithium content or something. I put this on a long time ago. When I first got this, I took it on an airplane, and somebody stopped me and checked me at one of those checkpoints and said that you couldn't carry big lithium batteries on board. And eventually I did some research about that, and TSA does have rules about that, but it doesn't affect anything this small. This has to be like 100 watt hours or something, and this has to be something like 8. So I taped that on there in case I ever got stopped again and I could tell them what it was. But if you do have these little lithium things, you're probably okay, but check the TSA rules first and see what type of lithium batteries they let on board now. Another thing, if you're going to buy one of these, one of the new ones, check and make sure it will charge your devices. If you have something you're particularly interested in charging or just powering, figure out its watts. This one will only do 64 watts, which is something like amps times volts. Look on your power cord and see that. This one actually charges itself in about 4 hours. Well, of course the cat had to come. This charges itself in about 4 hours with a little wall wart here. I'm not sure the new ones come with this. The new ones might expect you to charge your device off of your other devices, like hook it up to your power strip for your computer or something. Of course, you have your manual, and your little tips come in this. And it does come with a pretty nice little case here, and a little place for a cheat card to list your devices and see which ones take what tip, so you can be ready with whatever tip you need. So it has some good points to it, but it is kind of old. I could use an upgrade if I wanted to pay for it. These cost over $100. I don't remember what I paid for this. I probably bought this in 2006 maybe, I'm not sure. But they weren't cheap. If you've watched my channel before, you know I like old electronic devices. Let's say I want to play my 1968 Capitol Records cassette player, but I don't have any batteries for it. This is the model KR-156, which I think they called the editor. It takes 4 C's and 1.5, so that's 6 volts. So I find my proper tip, plug it in, put a tape in, then I can select whichever voltage I want. You unlock your voltage here, and I can select whichever one I want right there. So I want 6 volts. And by the way, if you put this on lock and then you press this, you can see how much your charge is. When they're all lit, that's between 85 and 100%. And then as each one drops, it goes down like 15% until you're in the red, and then you need to recharge. And 36 watt hours, that's pretty darn good. I think the new one's over 50. So I've plugged it in, I've set it to 6 volts. I've got no batteries in here or AC power. Turn that down here. Looking a little bit more at the tape player. There's a little button here for recorder or radio. Columbia Records in Los Angeles made about 7 of these in about 1968. Actually, these were made in Japan by some company. Actually, it had a name of a chemical company. I don't remember what that was, but you could switch back and forth between recorder or radio. Mine didn't come with a radio, unfortunately. I would like to see that. Then when you're done, simply unplug your device. One nice thing about the way they do the tips here, these are only tip positive. You can only use these for a tip positive device, but you can't insert the polarity wrong because of the way they have put in a little edge meter here, so you can't insert that wrong. That's very convenient. You can pull that out, keep it locked, put everything back together, and you're good to go. I remember when I first got this, as I took it out of the case, this little case for the Tekkeon fell right off. I'm thinking, oh boy, great quality. But it's been a pretty solid device over the years. If they weren't so much, I'd probably upgrade to the newer style. I could use that USB capability. Also in the new ones, there's another little slot over here where you can piggyback these. They make another battery that all it does is plug into this piggyback. So that's like 100 watt hours of use you could get, and that is a whole lot. Plus the new ones, more importantly, go up to 19 volts, which will do more laptops. This one won't do many laptops at all, and it won't do any of the 5 laptops I've had since I bought this. Not a single one of them. So, like I say, if you want to get a charger of any kind and you have some certain device you want, check first to make sure it will power it or charge it. So that is the Tekkeon MP3300 and the Capitol Records portable cassette recorder, the KR-156, also known as the Editor. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.